because I felt a little disappointment in not receiving the passport at that time, or get the whole process done at that time, because it's been so long and I truly want to get it over and done with. But in knowing what I know, that a delay is not a denial, and sometimes when we think things aren't working out for us, it's actually working out for us. Like you was just saying, I've been going at the online dating for over a year, and I've been so down on myself and feel so heavy because I feel like things aren't working out and I'm not, meeting the right person. And this minute I feel like I'm hitting it with off with someone, and then, all of a sudden things don't work, and I'm like, what's happening? What am I not doing correct? But in the back of my mind, I'm thinking God is, preparing me for the right time, and He's also ensuring that I have the right person in my life, someone that will treat me well, someone who you wouldn't, who will not take advantage of, the person that I am, someone who will give me all the things that I require in life. So even though on the surface I'm disappointed that things aren't working out, and I feel down on myself and I feel so heavy, and I'm like, why God, why? Why isn't it not working out? Why every time I feel like, I hit it off with someone, it turned out to be not what I expected to be. But I have to keep the faith, and I have to believe that, it is working out, like I said, and God is preparing me for the right person. Or, and just that's what I believe. You have to have strong belief, you have to have strong faith. And I've asked for a lot, and I think I deserve a lot, from a relationship, because I do give a lot. I'm a really good person. I like to consider myself a good person, and in a relationship I give 100, and I really want somebody to treat me well, treat me like a queen, treat me like royalty, like, how I deserve to be treated and how I expect to be treated. And at the same time, that's how, I would treat the person. That's what I would give. What um got me, or what I've been observing from dating online and dating American men versus, Jamaican men and European men. And I'm back on that topic because I find that, I usually say a man is just a man, and, a friend told me years ago that a man is just a man, and I would say, honey, that's not true. A man is not just a man. A man is a man based on his environment. A man is a man based on his thinking. A man is a man based on how he was brought up to be. It doesn't matter where he's from. Maybe that's what she's saying. But I find that, American men are so possessive. They don't know how to treat men well. They treat us like, we're their possession, like we're some things that they own. And I don't think I particularly like that. From my best experience from, dating online and stuff, I think European men are the best. Well, are the best qualities for me. I think they're so understanding, they're so loving, maybe the ones that I meet, but they're so different from American men. And American men and Jamaican men, I would say they're the same in terms of, the background and the upbringing, because they are sensitized by the same things. Most of Jamaican men leave Jamaica and go to America. Most of the American men, they come from all parts of the world, but then they go to America and they do things one way. I'm just at this point of a little bit over everything. I'm relieved, but at the same time I feel joy. Even though my face is like this, I'm looking at myself and I'm like, oh my God, but it doesn't look so bad. The good thing that comes from this, because I kept looking in the mirror before this happened, and I'm like, my God, I don't recognize myself. What do I look like? Things like that. I didn't appreciate what I see in the mirror. But when this happened, I'm like, oh my God, what if this, isn't reversed? I don't have to walk around with my face like this. I would have to, accept myself as this. I would have to love myself. So I think this brought on a stronger sense of self-love, self-acceptance, and self-appreciation for me. And it's the big thing about life is how we look at life, is how we view our situation. Because I could be so depressed right now and so down on myself, but I choose to take the greater good from all of this, because I didn't really like how I look, and every minute I want to change my hair, I want to change the color, I wanted to grow, I couldn't find peace with how I'm looking. And when this happened, I'm like, oh my God, this is my peace. I have to make peace with the way I look. I have to make peace. And then, I'm looking at myself and I'm like, I'm aging, I'm getting old, I'm this, I'm that. I'm not as pretty as I used to be. I know I'm in my 40s now, but I said I'm two, right? But it shows a sense of humbleness, a sense of gratitude, a sense of just, being present in who I am and accepting who I am for who I am. It was one of the hardest things for me. I've been on a journey, a self-transformation journey, and I think I've changed so much of myself. I think I don't even know who I am. And that's what is true. Like, I really, really try. I've created so much habits and so much new stuff. Like, I felt like I just ripped myself apart, and I'm just slowly trying to, put back myself together. And I'm like, okay, I was okay with who I am at 39 or, 40 or even before that. Yeah, I think I like that person better than, my younger self. Not that my younger self was a bad person, but I think I had a lot of pessimistic qualities, a lot of qualities that kept me stuck, and attract not so much things that I like because of my old pessimistic thinking. So I've been doing a lot of mind work, and it's been the hardest thing for me because that pessimistic self or pessimism self really want to hold on while I'm over here trying to be happy and cheery and optimistic. So doing these videos are really, really big for me because it gets me back to where I feel good. And I'm just really thankful, man. I'm very, very happy that I'm able to do this video live. I don't have all my equipment. I know the sound isn't the best quality. I'm working on that. I'm working on lighting. I want a good recording tool, a good camera, so I can, bring you quality, good value. But I hope you get some value from this video. I hope you learn something today. Not to just, dwindle in the negative. And then your environment is so important because there has been a lot of negative energy coming to me, a lot of negative people around me. Oh, can be a distraction. Even your own family, your own mother, your own brother, your own sisters. These are the people who are closest to you, and they can be a distraction. And even if they are this ounce of bit negative and you're this ounce positive, this little bit of negativity can destroy all the positive that you have built up. For all these years, they have been saying that one clone can destroy everything that you build in your whole life building. And trust me, that is so true. If you're trying to grow, if you're trying to improve in your life, if you're trying to become something, you have to detach. You have to detach. You have to remove yourself from the negative environment. You cannot grow in a negative environment. You cannot grow where the problem starts. Because someone says that to me. If you're trying to grow, you have to remove yourself from the problem. You will not grow. The problem will not fix where the problem starts. And I realized that in fixing myself, most of my problems stem from my childhood. And who was present in my childhood? My family, my mom, my brothers, those are the people who were present with me. So those are the people who shaped me, the environment that shaped who I was. And in trying to become someone else or become the person who I believe that I came into this world to become, I have to remove myself from that environment. Because it's not fertile. If we're trying to grow, we have to grow somewhere fertile. We have to plant ourselves somewhere fertile. And let's speak my situation now because I don't have a car now. I don't have the big house that I used to live in. I don't have all the furniture. I gave that up. Because I'm not my material things, and we have to see ourselves separate from material. We are not material things. The things of this world does not, define who we are, or do not define who we are. The things of this world do not define who we are. So we have to see ourselves bigger and greater than that. We are not the things. We're not our car. We're not our house. We're not the money in the bank. We're not any of that. We are far bigger and greater than that. And until we realize that, we will always be, holding on to the things of the world and believing that this is who I am. Identify with the car, identify with the church, identify with the house, identify with politics. We have to know that these things exist in this world, but we do not identify with any of these things. We have to find our own identity. And in finding myself, I realized that I really have to see myself different from all these people. Like, I'm not my mother, I'm not my sister, I'm not my brother, I'm not, my kids, I'm not any of these things. I am Jolie Samantha Smith. And I have to see, like, who is Jolie Samantha Smith? What does she represent? What is she becoming? So these are the things that are important in becoming who we are. We have to, go deep. We have to go deep, and we have to ask ourselves the questions, some serious questions. And we have to pick ourselves apart, and we have to be honest. You know, I am really trying to be honest with myself. I realized that, you know, my younger self, you know, was so negative, so negative, pessimistic. And when the situation is not favorable, you know, my younger self tends to think that, you know, everything's falling apart, and you know, everything is an attack. I'm being attacked in all different ways, and you know, that made it, and I feel like I want to cry, but it made it so extremely hard for me to grow from, you know, that place to where I want to be in my life, because I felt like everything was an attack. And I have to see that, you know, it's not an attack. You know, sometimes people are really trying to help us, you know, even if they feel like, you know, they might not be doing it from a this place of discernment, or a place that where we think it's or coming from a place of love or so, but sometimes they're really trying to look out for us. They're really trying to help us, and we must realize that, you know, sometimes they're really trying to help us, and we have to realize that. And I think I'm getting a little tired right now, and gosh, I'm just really happy that I'm getting to do this video. And you know, it feels a little strange, but thank you all so much, and please do subscribe to my channel. You know, I'm really trying to get all my equipment. Like I said, I'm really trying to get everything done. Alrighty, so alrighty, take care though. Alrighty, bye bye.